Once again, the sanity. It could be dwindling for all the players here as the heat rises up. The tension as well. It could potentially be insurmountable as Kush sets Scary ablaze. And that is the all-star controller Aserai out of contention.
Good pop shots from Foxy all the way through to Smoke. AE might need to recuperate themselves just a teeny tiny bit. Cruz stronghold on too short. Will have to be dealt with first by a Dern King. 2 versus 1, can't seem to manage. 3 versus 2. Very low in terms of HP are these two, but the numbers still very adamant from the rest of AE here. Coming around the corner, the play around from Delb, and Foxy just not expecting.
Onto the site here. Oh, but the Owl Drone spots Foxes at the very last moment. He has his own Owl Drone, but the wall remains his friend as Adrian King will fall. Now they get cornered. How many people are here? Fox must be wondering, but he does go back with a cover fire of his Vandal.
Solid hold. Now you wonder why it was only a Dern King that was charging outside of B main with the Spectre. It's because the gravity well was well timed and placed by Scary. Good timing from Noxy though. Gets a shot off. Might try to re-aggress. Trying to look straight towards onto Market. And he's found a couple of victims here. Love ya. Able to get a drive-by without getting the first pick first. Amazing stuff. Will be able to plant the spike and even maybe shroud himself in smoke for cover. The pop flash from Cruz, absolutely divine. That's gonna sit this year. Such as the.
Was it not?
Yeah, it was earlier this year. It was for APAC
Yeah.
Challengers 1. Oh, this could be bad for Axe. Doesn't know. Timing flick from Cruz, man. This guy just the leader, the commander, but also the space taker. Foxy from all the way through B. It's a couple of shots and has dwindled down to numbers of Alter Ego. They still haven't made their move just yet, but a Dern King has actually swept up. Just a little boost from Scary. It's another shot from Kush.
30 seconds
He's
left.
gotta have to plant the spike right here and now. Know that Cruz is somewhere on A main. He's gonna have to try to at least work something with like 7 bullets, but absolutely not. That Prowler just depleted to try to go for the retake. Once again, Foxy is the only one through A main here. Kush is gonna be first on the contact, and Foxy was so well aware the wall to come out from Scary. This is gonna put a dampening on things for Alter Ego. Noxy still waiting on the wall, but he's about to fall down. Delb's gonna have to at least make some magic, but not gonna happen. Axe, love ya. Oh, that wall just makes it so terrible. A Dern King left on an island, and Noxy's gonna have to push in on this. Spots out one, good for the other. Oh, but that was such a terrible wall to try to make something happen.
They haven't really made the space they would want, especially. Never mind. Whatever I said, it doesn't matter. Just watch the game. Axe, what a shot.
I wonder what's the real name for Delb. Feels like it's Delbert. Just sounds so menacing. Oh, that's Delbert, you know, charging you with the... Alright, we'll see how this goes! Oh, Sheriff is just the name of the game. Foxy
30 seconds left.
able to rise up with 2 kills before being knocked off.
Remaining.
A Dern King in a fight. Wins against Cruz, and it's all dropped down into the hands of Scary. Looking at the spawn, he's not going to know that one is already anticipating. No more shenanigans were done. I think Alter Ego were kind of a little bit too fast on the pacing. And now just a little bit more jiggle peeking and whatnot, and able to get some folding. And it's not money that's folding, it's XERXIA. Hold on. Foxy. He's gonna get knocked off of his block, and now Surf and Scary to remain. A wall to plug up the spawn. And that's gonna be either a wraparound or a try to go for a different angle. The thing is, Axe love ya. Already looking to just get the free kills as they try to go for the exit. 1, 2. That's it.
Okay. But in any case, they know. Yeah, in any case, they know that Delby is here. The shots have rung, but he has found a little bit of safety. Not enough, apparently, as Foxy is ready to dig a grave. Not for himself, but for every single enemy standing in front of him. Sushi Boy's ready on that trade. The Prowler is going to block a few shots, making him survive and even getting fragged. Noxy
30 seconds
not
left.
having the greatest of games. As Kush again, the last standing member.
Oh, and corner, and then pop the other. Gonna have to get the heal from his teammate, which he already has. Just a little bit of that boost spot, the wall to come through. Loving the boost spot for Noxy here. Sees right on top of the smoke. Still on the contact is going to be Cruz, but he gets scrubbed out. Now this whole A side is in the control of Alter Ego. XERXIA will have to decide, do we start pushing in? Do we keep charging in on this? Foxy has set up a shock dart. That's not the most important thing. And here it is, the emo rolling thunder. The damage is being done. Foxy! Huge waves being dealt. It's all down to Axlovia, but he is blinded by the Prowler. Unfortunately, cannot see through the nearsightedness. And XERXIA, well, in their namesake, surgically just again retakes the site.
Without Scary, a lot of vision blocking is not going to be available for XERXIA, so a lot of contact has to be made. Surf's already on it. The same idea as most of the AE forces. They are just outside of A main, and Cruz might suffer the wrath of bad timing. No, instead he even gets a frag for himself. Oh! Boys and the Hunter's Fury. And Kush, well, that's the end of him in the fight before the fight starts. There's just so much oppressive value with all that utility, and we're already seeing quite a bit of it as Axe has lathered himself in fragment shards. Not the best body scrub, could potentially be harmful. As Zerf finds Adrian King, the trades do come out, and a little bit of a jumping rabbit is Sushi Boy, but he gets cut down, he gets shot down. XERXIA has a very interesting position on the map here. They have pretty much all the left side of the map.
Is push into the site. There's nowhere else that he'd rather go. And he actually puts the smoke right then and there. Cruz, yeah, he's got to peek it. I mean, XERXIA's probably one of the few teams that actually don't go for the full Spectre buy. I just saw a while ago while they're going for the full contact against Alter Ego here on mid. They actually went for the double Spectre so that 3 of their players can have access to those rifles to get a little bit of a better firepower coming into this particular round. It hasn't really made the most sense because it seems like Alter Ego are
every single person here. That's going to give them a little bit more confidence to take extra space on the map. Now the lurking Sova is going to get found out by Kush and is like, hey man, I don't think you should be doing that. Axe, he does throw that smoke down, giving a little bit of coverage, but that Nightfall is going to completely deafen everybody. Doesn't even matter. Axe remains undeterred. He tries to swing out, but Scary, true to his name, will inflict fear. But Alter Ego top mid at the previous rounds, but look at this now. XERXIA, no duelist, no problem. They're going to march on forward as a death ball. But the Hunter's Fury, it comes out, it clears out Boathouse, and it's going to flush out Noxy, who was all alone. Delby has a shorty, and he jumps on Scary here. A bit of a scout impression without the double jump as Surf. He finds a frag for himself. Now Delby from Speedway gets annihilated.
The judge, so they're just going to back away and reapproach the A site. Loving how they're crossing this. And Cruz, this man has no fear. Just charging right in.
Well, fear is trepidation. None of that has set in. But right now, AE, they're trying to strike it into XERXIA, and I believe they're doing it effectively. Surf tries to retaliate. Fox is all alone, and he gets hunted. The reactions on both sides still not really painting the whole story here. But like you mentioned, they've rotated 3 players on A. Delby equalizes it, finding Surf. And Scary evens out the odds. Oh my goodness! The paranoia was just a little too sharp. Kush finds Foxy. And my goodness, I'm running out of breath here as XERXIA. They've been making this incredibly close, potentially inducing many heart attacks today.
And that Nightfall is going to give so much information, as well as the scare of the decay. You're going to have to wait just a teeny tiny bit for their HPs to come back on, but this is where it gets a little bit messy, Raph, because the timer, because they went all the way through their own side of the map to
out XERXIA. They try to kill it with a fever. Adrian King gets one, and it's Sushi Boys to fall. Zerf falls on the trade. Scary gets another one on the board for XERXIA. Hush, 2 HP, but Axe still making his mark here.
Oh, shock.
And suddenly it falls apart. The pillars, they're suddenly made out of sand, so brittle, so fragile. An Alter Ego, very close to match point. They spray it down, but still not finding anything. Delby with the aggression, but look at all of this Astra utility that's keeping them there. Cruz and the rest of XERXIA, they oblige. They absolutely decimate. And Sushi Boy is in a corner, but Surf still left alive here along with Fox. Delby in a clutch situation. Is he bored for it?
Oh!
The adjustment by the Spectre! Up all the way to 11. And this time, Surf is borrowing a page from Delby's book. But oh! What is happening? Delby's like, you know, in there. They know the 0 point's not gonna find anything. And the haunt might take a little bit of time. But the spam is coming through and the HP is leaving. This time around, it's Kush finding Surf. Pushing towards mid. I think this is a double peek on the side of AE, but potentially poorly timed. Kush does get one, but Surf is on there for the trade. And the waves, they keep coming. The waves, they keep drowning AE. 2v3. But Delby again looks to be an offender, but he gets flashed. It doesn't matter. He closes one eye, but Scary is there. And what a mess again towards mid. Noxy might not like what he's gonna see after this. A default yet again towards mid. Alter Ego's like, yeah, let's do it again. Let's do it again. A map, or rather a match that is definitely Grand Finals caliber. But XERXIA, they have other plans. They don't want to see any more of Alter Ego here. The haunt gets popped. The spooky balloon gets denied by the spooky man Omen himself. Kush is here, an absolute monster. Will be sent back under the bed by... You see the haunt, it spots nobody, but a hostile presence has been detected and it's been suppressed. Delby could be the man to stop the advance, but no! Every single person in AE. Now, they still can't find that killing blow. Both of these teams reduced to 1v1 again, but Surf, the one-round lethality, he only has 46 health!
Whether that is what was the case, still really good overall clutch coming out from the man himself. Delby making a lot of noise here and now, but nobody is supplementing Kush whatsoever. Dern King has gotten into the side, and Axe as well as Dern. They're going to have to at least recuperate the losses, which they have done. 3 versus 3, and that's, okay. A misuse onto the slow orb, granted. Nice little one-way smoke for Noxy here. 2 on A main. Axe is on a solo mission, gets the heal. Again, this is still very much doable. Sees the head, but Surf, he's got the much more magnified scope. This smoke, does it give away the position of Axe? Or is he still hidden? Is he still a big threat? Adern, he's got the angle. He does have a nade in hand, but that is not going to be possible. Now Axe, one right on top of him. Alter Ego even further. 15 seconds, but there's no one on the side to stop the plant. Maybe a shot card in hand? No. Delby's going to charge right in for a little bit more information. He's got to start to get things happening. But as Adern King gets tagged, that wall is very thin, very bangable again by the rest of the XERXIA squad. 3 versus 3, but Delby is incredibly low here, Rap. The smokes to just cover a bit of the angles. Pushing teammates, now coming right in. They're trying to isolate. Good flash overall from Cruz, and this is not looking too hot for them. Wall is a thick one, and it's going to provide enough cushion here, enough defense that it will push us into post-plant land.
Thick walls provide a lot of cover, and certified unbangable by Aserai, ladies and gents. As Adrian King, he makes his way out, and then he finds Cruz on the way as well. Even gets a double for Kush and Delb, but Sushi Boys! What is greater than 2? It's 3! As Axe, all alone, looks to be the splitting force, but Sushi Boys might need a more delicate blade. And that, but potentially, could be a little overzealous, is Kush and Noxy. They have tread past their line of safety. And Scary, he shows a thigh, but that's about it as he knocks Noxy's head off. Like I said, right? He does find quite a bit of that first contact, but it hasn't been all that successful. Sushi Boy even gets fined the finds a traitor. Scary finds Delby and Aserai. I think we believe we're witnessing a SEAL Team 6 operation here. So smooth. No, or at least barely any damage taken, but the first fatality on the side of XERXIA is going to be Sushi Boys, as Axe Lavia will not last for too long and will grip over this A site.
Well, as I mentioned, if they save those crucial ultimates, they'll have it for this particular round, and it just supplements so much aggression. Adern King gonna have to charge right into the open space that is left for them. Noxy even mistaking his own teammate as an opponent, and that might have cost him a few precious moments here. Axe spotted on U-Box, and that, of course.
That'd be interesting. One more wave to put Phoenix out of commission, as we've Not seeing him in a good minute. But like you did mention, the confidence from XERXIA being tested right now as Adrian King tries to reclaim the kingdom, but the numbers, they still come. They still are on a march. And Undeath returning the value. Well,
not gonna have the ability to use it this time. XERXIA, man down, will have to readdress certain angles. Dern King also lights it up, but already halfway there into the A side is the rest of XERXIA, slow pushing it. This two-pronged approach could work. I don't think AE know that they're immediately onto the site, but that KO blade is absolutely pivotal. Scary still looking for that contact. Kush. Ooh, this is looking really difficult now for XERXIA. Cruz has got to go.
Is the man in the middle and could potentially be the earliest flanker here if he decides to do so. But A looks to be a semi-vulnerable spot. They go over that Viper spit. They just play vertical instead.
Still going to be rather difficult as the rest of XERXIA come into play. There is the Viper spit, but they kind of left the one player just there to defend it. It was only Axe that... in as again they're just being corralled left and right by XERXIA here. He finds Foxy, who was just staying somewhere there on A side as a mad lurker. But again, XERXIA, this is how they play, this is how they go. Nox the play here. He got through the smoke, try to get a TP out. Beautifully executed. Actually, he's not TPing out. He's going to try to charge in, and he's done some damage. They have to go through the smoke. He's popping shots with the headhunter. Okay, hold on. Take a breath. Take a breather. That's still a 3 versus 2. Cruz is playing inside the utility of his teammate, waiting for that contact. Tries to go in wild for the swing, but loses as Noxy goes. About 3 people on the attacking side just looking into his general direction. Noxy trying to creep up, but been spotted and gutted. Delby does get the charge in the end. I think through the smoke as well. Good shots overall from Sushi Boys, but the fight's not yet done. Spike has yet to get planted. They're still very much afraid of what could happen, and they need to flush out Delby's position, which they do. Cruz, after this plant on the Spike, could actually get his ultimate up, but the thing is, as the wall dissipates,
30 seconds
he's actually
left.
way out to the open in this cheap spot. Sushi Boys doesn't get the second, so now we've turned this into a 1 versus 1. Double shot alert available for Foxy. What about the recon? He's going to be peeking proactively. Maybe. Oh! I don't think he knows! But he flicks just in the nick of time.
Again, a 2-1-2 default. Alter Ego, they do the same. A lot of patience. It's Noxy again, finding first contact here. And is he going to see Sushi Boys as this jiggle just does not help him at all. Folding Noxy, getting him a very, very unlucky hand, and Sushi Boys already winning this round single-handedly for his team potentially. But Fox is like, yeah, but I can do that too. Now the last person alive is Kush, and a tall order in front of him. Could he be grasping at straws, grasping at air? All the angles have been covered, and Sir firing a shot before Kush
tag onto Cruz, and no one else is left onto the site. Ooh, that's a lot of them. Boys! That is so bad! Oh, that's a really big punish, and AE might be forced to just push right in. Cruz, though, out in the open, will back away, knows that somebody is right on top of the site here. As the rest of XERXIA come into play.
Whoa.
Trades overall, but... correct me if I'm wrong, Raph, but XERXIA is the only left team from the Thai region, right? Because both Myth and FWE have been eliminated, respectively.
Well, they say the top is very lonely, as both these teams are vying for that spot. A crown, a chance. But look at this, Asarai. Still, they haven't really got into the site. They found Cruz and Fox. But Noxy and Axe, I think they're backpedaling a little bit. Now they equal out the numbers and making this incredibly expensive. If they line up, it could be another collateral. No happy birthday.
Everybody from XERXIA now in position on the B site, except for Surf, who's actually still looking for a lurk, mayhaps. And Noxy comes into play. Ooh, that is a tight little angle, and somehow Scary gets away. They could flush out Noxy here from danger, but he is holding his on like a total baller. Backs away. Now XERXIA are in a 4 versus 5. Surf, though, he's right in the wave, and he is riding it high. As finally now he tramples to the roar of the ocean. As 3 versus 3 pursues. Great little flash there overall. It actually was a flash from a Darking to his own teammates. That's a little bit terrible on that own end, and somebody has got to be on the spike already. The top of the shot, Noxy coming out, but nobody was there. And Delby, oh, this is quite for it. Maybe they could line up.
He's still
The
sticking
defuse
it.
is still going. You're right, Raph. They can hear him jumping, by the way, so they're a little bit afraid. But if this blade hits,
Oh my lord!
that's what we call the fly swatter. Watch out.
I just can't help but writhe in pain. Oh my god. Oh, the humanity of getting denied your own Blade Storm. And XERXIA, how vile! As they absolutely annihilate Alter Ego here.
Yet to use this showstopper, if I'm not mistaken. This thing has been collecting rust. Collecting rust in his back pocket, while Surf's operator has been a thing of absolute beauty. He will get flushed out here now. That's gonna be a 4 versus 4. Cruz immediately with the wall. Gonna have to respect the positioning as of the moment, and there it is. Boom shakalaka. It actually finds Cruz and Delby. Now, as the dust settles, it's only Shushy Boys to remain. Getting the flank on the back, and they do not